It's time for another episode of Your Questions Answered. And I'm very excited because usually we ask questions on, we post on Facebook saying, oh, do you have any questions? Well, my friend Tina sent me an email and she had a whole bunch of questions. So I thought, Tina, you're going to get your own video of all your questions answered, okay? And it was really cute because the first thing she said in her email, it said, I have some questions for you for upcoming videos, but before I do that, I have to say thanks. My email cut off, but it says, I love your videos because they are so personal. Yeah, that's true. She says, Cookie and Kenny playing is unscripted life, and that's true too. Cookie's not here today, but yes, they always play while I'm doing my videotapes. I think we're the most unprofessional company ever. And she says, not too many companies actually write thanks on their invoice. Thank you for letting us into your life. Well, you know what? That's very important. I know it seems silly for us to but to me, writing thanks on the in the invoices means it's very important to me, and I hope everyone's invoices always say thanks. We always make sure that somebody writes it on there. A lot of times it's me; they'll hand me some, and I'll just write thanks real quick. But just because, thank you. I mean, it means a lot to us that you would like us enough to spend time on our website and using our stamps. So, but thank you, Tina, for saying that. And I do let you into my life. A lot of times people will come up to me when they meet me and they say, I feel like I know you. And I say, if you watch my videos, you do know me because this is me. I don't hold anything back. You can ask me pretty much anything as long as it's not math related and I will answer it. I have no secrets. So she has a couple questions for us. She says, now for my questions. You said that the craft room that is in your videos isn't your actual studio. Isn't it in your home? Well, no. Right here, right now, we're in the office, and the office is in a building about 20 minutes away from my house, but I mostly work from home. So when I'm working, if I'm designing on my computer, if I'm creating stamps, or if I'm making a project, my house, actually, we redesigned, this is what I have in my house, but this isn't my house. So this is just a studio. We have lights up and everything and cameras and stuff. So this room at the office space is just used for the studio. So I have like some things here, but my entire real stuff is at my home office where I literally it's like an extra bedroom in our house, and I literally live in that extra bedroom. That's where I do my designing on the computer, and I do, my projects and everything. So it's two separate places. So like when I come here to tape, I have to bring stuff to tape because it's too hard to have the lights in the house. So that's why. But it looks like my house. And in the past we have taped in the house, but it's just easier to have it in a separate spot. Let's see. Does Kenny have another job, or does he work solely for the Stamps of Life? First of all, Kenny does have another job, and it's funny because in real life his name is Ken, which is funny, isn't it? But I call him Kenny. And so whenever you hear me talking about Kenny, I always say Kenny because he's Kenny to me. There's only two other people I think in the world that call him Kenny. That was his grandma, who sadly passed away a couple of years ago, and his Aunt Donna. Maybe his Aunt Wanda called him Kenny, but I call him Kenny. But everyone else calls him Ken. So my parents, my brother, everybody calls him Ken. But people that meet him for the first time call him Kenny because they know that's what I call him. So it's cute that he has two different names. Anyway, Kenny does have another job. He is a UPS driver. He works full-time at UPS, about 50 hours a week. Yikes. And then he comes home and works, oh gosh, I don't even want to say how many hours he works for us at night. Luckily, he does not need to sleep very much. He's never needed that much sleep. I think usually he gets 4 to 5 hours a night of sleep, and he usually does really well on that, which amazes me. It freaks me out every once in a while because he never sleeps. So which is helpful for us because he's always busy with us. He's always doing something for our company. So he only has, this makes him sound really old, but he only has 6 more years until he can retire from UPS. He's been there since he was 18. So he's been there a lot of times. So he's got to finish that out. So eventually he'll work only for us. Hopefully, God willing. Let's see. Who does all the stuffing and addressing of the stamps you mail? We have employees that do that for us. I used to in the very beginning. I used to lick those envelopes, and in the very beginning I did just as much as everybody else. Luckily, I don't have to lick the envelopes anymore. We have people that do that, and actually I don't even think we lick them. I think they just tape them down. But yeah, so I've been blessed that I've been able to hire friends and people that I trust. So the people that I have around me are people that I trust and that I've known for a minimum of probably 12 years. A minimum of 12 years, the people I've hired. So I've hired within my community, within my family, not family, but within my tight circle of friends. That way I can trust them, and that helps because I know if I ask someone to do something, I know it'll get done, and I really appreciate that. So it's been nice to be able to hire people that you know, want to work a little bit and stuff like that. Let's see. Who's your favorite celebrity and TV show? That's funny, Tina. Who's my favorite celebrity? Kenny, do I have a favorite celebrity? He's shaking his head. He doesn't know. Sadly, I love to watch TV. Sadly, I don't have time to watch TV. I usually fall asleep watching Friends. That, you know, they have a half hour of TV of Friends on before I fall asleep. I have a DVR in my bedroom, but it's not working right now. So, but I love like Law and Order. I love CSIs. I love. I'll be honest and admit that I watch the Real Housewives of Orange County just because they're in my area and I like to see where they're living, but that's a whole nother video because none of that's real. Not real at all. Let's see. What TV shows do I watch Young and the Restless once in a while in my office. I have a TV screen and I'll turn it on just to listen to it. I don't get to watch TV, unfortunately, and I don't go to movies. I can't go to movies because I get distracted very easily. I don't know if you've watched the video where at church I have to eat a whole box of Tic Tacs to stay focused. I can't stay focused for very long. I have issues. So at church, to listen to the whole sermon, I eat Tic Tacs so I can focus and listen to the sermon. So at a movie, if somebody's kicking my chair in the back or somebody's talking, I get distracted and I hear them talking and I can't get back into the movie. So we rent movies. We rent movies and then I can sit in my bedroom and I can watch the movie and enjoy the movie. I just saw a movie. Kenny, what was the name of that movie we just rented that had Angelina Jolie, which I'm not a fan of, but she was in that movie. It was like The Tourist or something. It was actually a good movie. I'm sure it's 10 years old, but I'm behind the times on that, so whatever. Blah, blah, blah. And then one more question, she says. How did you get into creating and producing stamps? Were you always in the field of crafts? I've been in the scrapbooking industry since 1999 in paid positions. So I worked for Paper Cuts Magazine as a contributing editor. I worked for a lot of manufacturers. ThermoWeb, I've done a lot of stuff with ThermoWeb over the years. I still use their adhesives continuously. They're my favorite adhesive. I've always done something with Sizzix/Ellison for the last probably 9-10 years. Now I'm their spokesperson, so I moved up a little bit there. But, you know, I've always done something in some little spots. And then I used to work for a company called Ink Boutique. They sold stamps. Unfortunately, the owner decided to retire, and I took a year off, and I didn't do anything for a year because I was devastated. But they always say, you know, God gives and God takes away. And he took that away from me, and he gave me a year just to kind of figure out what I needed to do. And long story short, because I keep talking, but finally, Ken and I really saw an uncle pointed out to my uncle Ken pointed out to us that we needed to try to do this on our own, and so we prayed about it. And we always say that we started the company on a dare and a prayer because my uncle Ken dared us to do it, and we prayed a lot. And obviously this is what God wants us to do because he's been blessing us and we've been able to bless others, and we're having a great time. So thank you so much, Tina, for your questions. I know you're probably excited that you got your whole video to yourself, but I'm sure these are questions other people had also. So thanks so much for watching another episode of Your Questions Answered. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.